Welcome everyone. My name is Haj Fraj. I'm leading the machine automation business at Schneider Electric. Thank you very much for joining us today to discuss the very important topic of agility and flexibility in critical times. Together, we'll explore how digital solutions like EcoStruxure Machine can support you to be more agile and flexible in your business. To help us, we have guests from 3 different companies who have worked together to design and build a new machine called Thermoflex for the digital printing industry. With us, we have Bart van Quickelbergen. He is from Automotion. Automotion is a motion expert center for Schneider Electric in the Netherlands and Belgium, with more than 20 years of expertise in the field of motion control, robotics, and software solutions for OEMs. We have also Uwe Stebani, who is the general manager of Xicon Prepress, a leading machine builder serving the printing and packaging industry. And we have Stefan Herman, the site manager at Miller Graphics in Roeselare. Gentlemen, welcome and thank you for joining us in those times. We have all seen how the pandemic has disrupted both the market demand and also the ability of companies to deliver their goods to the market because of supply chain and other issues. This drastic change in the consumer behavior and the market dynamics is urging businesses to be more flexible in their production, to be more agile, to adapt their production, and at the same time to better manage and optimize their costs and their resources. To achieve that, a new set of skills is required around having higher operational agility and leveraging the real-time demand visibility and process transparency. On the manufacturing sides, companies need to increase the flexibility in their production to accommodate the volatility and fluctuation in the demand in the market. To achieve all of that, machine builders are required to provide profitably machines which are more flexible, more efficient, and more agile. In other words, more digitized. All of that is today possible thanks to the mature technologies we have at hand, like connectivity, mobility, cloud, and analytics. With EcoStruxure Machine, which incorporate all those technologies as IoT-ready platform, and with the expertise of partners like Automotion, both OEMs and end users are able to deploy the digital tools and approaches along the whole life cycle of the machine and leverage huge potentials of efficiency in all phases. For example, in the design and engineering phase, thanks to automated engineering and simulation, time to market can be reduced up to 30%. In commissioning and operations, thanks to concepts like virtual commissioning, plug and work, or seamless integration into the IT/OT landscape, the operational efficiency can be improved by up to 40%. And in the maintenance and service phase, deploying digital services based on connectivity and predictive maintenance with analytics, the reactive measures can be reduced by up to 50%. Now, to learn how all of this works in real life and with concrete projects, I'm happy to discuss with our guests and learn from them how they managed by deploying EcoStruxure Machine to increase their agility and flexibility in these difficult times. We'll start with Stefan from Miller Graphics, the end user. So Stefan, maybe can you share with us what were your expectations for Xicon and why you have made your decision for Thermoflex as a machine concept?
Miller Graphics is Europe's biggest provider of flexographic plates across Europe and Africa. We provide solutions and services for all printing needs, covering both physical and online retail packages. We are commercially astute and like to push boundaries. We grant very short delivery times to our customers, and therefore uptime of the machines is crucial. We cannot afford any machine standstill. Customer satisfaction is our top priority. Therefore, the combination of a fast delivery and a high quality product had to be the result of our choice for Xicon. We choose to partner with Xicon not only for the very high level machines, also the service model they are offering us in the package is exceptional. They watch over our shoulder to maximize uptime and grant the quality. They do that by connecting and monitoring the machines. The machines have a very high efficiency since Xicons can predict when something might go wrong, and therefore they react on time.
Bart, now to you. You are supporting Xicon in their daily work throughout the whole life cycle of the machine. For example, in the co-creation of the Thermoflex concept. So can you share with us how you have dealt with the current situation during the crisis of the pandemic and what helped you to keep agile in those times?
Well, Ali, first of all, we decided with the Xicon prepress from the beginning of the project to fully embed and implement the latest smart manufacturing and Industry 4.0 trends. The tools we developed and implemented in the machine allow us to simulate and virtualize the complete machine cycle, enabling us to capture any kind of machine data. This kind of digitization process has been absolutely mandatory to be able to fully support our OEMs on their worldwide installed machine fleet. Especially during this COVID period, this kind of simulation and digitization tools have been indispensable. And in the Xicon project, we experienced this during the complete life cycle, starting from the machine design into the commissioning phase, and especially during the startup with the maintenance level, which was required during startup. For example, we decided to completely virtualize and simulate the machine application. And this allowed us to test the complete application even before the machine was constructed and during the construction of the machine. It also enabled us to support and to maintain the level of support towards Xicon in this lockdown period, since we remained highly available even in this very difficult period of time. We incorporated edge computing concepts into the machine design to completely fulfill the digital transformation requirements of Xicon. We call it the Diafure. Typically, the hardware you will find in this machine line, in this line concept, will be an EdgeBox IPC, connected to multiple Modicon M262 controllers running on each machine individual, and in parallel connected to a multiple camera system. We are able to capture any kind of machine data, and typically we store it on the EdgeBox, generating real-time and historian data. Now, when a machine stops, this allows Miller and Xicon to immediately restart the machine, since we have all this historian data available in combination with the video recordings. They don't have to wait for an intervention for a service technician on site or even remotely, and this is completely different than the standard concepts you will find everywhere in the market. In parallel, and by use of this edge computing system, we provide a global machine state overview in the Schneider Electric Xicon Cloud by use of the EcoStruxure Machine Advisor tool. This helped us leverage support as a service and machine as a service, proving the optimum result for the Miller plant.
So following up on what Bart said, and given the situation with all the limitations we have to access sites or the social distancing mandates we have for our workers, the commissioning of the machine can be very difficult those days. So Uwe, how you manage to remotely commission your machine at Miller sites in those times?
As Bart mentioned, we are able to remotely connect to all the machines, no matter where we are. Schneider Electric and Automation provided us with a remote web visu tool to connect to the machine, which allowed us to adjust performance as needed. We have a diagnostic tool we use remotely to monitor the Miller machine while testing, even from our headquarters. We can not only simulate the machine, but we can also use the remote camera to see all the phases of the machine and sync it to any precise event. In one of the machine types, we are dealing with complex temperature algorithms, which are influenced by the type and the thickness of the plate and the machine settings and the products. We have actually optimized the process stability based on historical data. Without our service tools, this would not have been possible. First of all, during COVID crisis, it was not allowed to travel and go on site. And second, because these tools and analysis are very difficult to interpret without having a graphical interface and linked video recordings, which are captured inside the machine. Furthermore, quality is crucial to Miller Graphics, as Stefan already said. Today, we are able to generate and store a complete plate data file containing not only this motion and data, but can also be used for quality control and proof of quality. Knowing that the full machine cycle to make a plate can take several hours, you can imagine the power of the computer system and the service and remote access tools we use. This data will not only be generated, but also stored in the cloud and are easily accessible at any time later on. Last but not least, as Stefan already mentioned, the machine needs to perform with a maximum uptime. The digitization process, the working with recipes per plate type, creating agility and flexibility, and the value of smart engineering tools have created a very fluid commissioning with extremely high machine availability, even at starting.
Stefan, now to you. How has flexibility and having flexible machines become very critical to your business? And what are the advantages you see for you in those market conditions?
Xycon's flexibility and its flexible machines are nowadays a great value to keep our operations in line with our market expectations and to deliver on time with high quality products. We are able to deliver a wide range of products, therefore changeover time has to be minimized and thus has to be flexible machines are mandatory. One of the major advantages we see in the service model and the partnership with Xycon is the fact that they take care about the machinery and take responsibility. They play a role of unburdening. This allows us to focus on our challenges and our core competencies aside from the machine.
Uwe and Bart, in those times of high demand, but at the same time very volatile demand, the availability of the machine can make or break operations. So can you share with us how are you making sure that the critical machines are up and running while you can't access the manufacturing side?
Xycon Prepress, as member of Flint Group, is a very service-oriented organization. We have to service machine as well as processes. And our machine teams and process teams are working very closely together. And they are getting trained on the same tools, like the EcoStruxure Machine Advisor and the Diag Viewer. This allows us to access, track, and monitor all of our machines installed worldwide. In the EcoStruxure Machine Advisor platform, We have the complete architecture, software version, and even history of each machine available. Anyone in having this access rights has availability in just a few mouse clicks. A general overview of how the machines are running is automatically available. We organized ourselves to be always connected and assure our customers the data are secured. And here comes the value of Schneider Electric and Automation, supporting us with the cyber-secured and certified advisors. Digitization means data, and data means generation of knowledge. If you have the knowledge, you can start predicting and thus continue optimizing your machine uptime. And all of this with a minimum requirement of being on site.
Well, I fully support Uwe in his statement. We are truly convinced that the package deal, having an edge box, edge computing system, cameras, and the cloud with apps and analytics, enables the OEM to fulfill all requirements towards his end user. The collaboration we see here between Xicon, Prepress, and Miller is a perfect example of a machine as a service with a huge value. The concept to have all Schneider Electric automation products connected to the edge layer with the cloud and analytics also creates for Xicon Prepress a single point of contact that supports them all over the machine lifecycle in a role of co-creation and service. Having the data, the global data and the global overview in the cloud available gives them an immediate impression of how the machines are globally running. If an alert is shown there, having the data on premise with the recordings enables them to deep dive to find all the root causes. In parallel, our team is constantly in contact with developer teams of Xicon to support and serve them anywhere and anytime. Also, this kind of support and development typically nowadays is done completely remotely. This kind of relationship is built on a long-term relationship based on trust. You could say that we are always somehow, some way connected, and we try to create really great end-to-end success stories.
Thank you very much, guys, for this very valuable and deep insight into this collaboration. You made it very clear that digitization is the key to increase agility and flexibility. You have also shown that deploying the digital transformation along the whole life cycle of the machines helps to leverage huge potentials of efficiencies. You have shown also with the EcoStruxure Machine Advisor as an example of digital services, how this can tremendously increase the productivity and the availability of the machine. And last but not least, you have shown that a strong collaboration between all partners during the whole value chain is the key for a win-win successful situation. Again, thank you very much, and thank you for all our audience, and see you next time.